Benjamin Hightower. Benjamin Hightower's path stands out as a story of grit, impact, and service. Born and raised in Dalton, Georgia, Hightower's early years shaped a drive that would influence both his NFL career and his life beyond the field. He didn't just shine in football, he served his country in wartime, earning respect on and off the gridiron. His journey is about more than fame or fortune. Hightower's approach to life, family, and community set him apart. He built wealth with careful choices but never forgot where he came from. Readers will see how his choices, values, and achievements offer lessons in lasting success and a life well lived. Early life and family roots. Family always stood at the center of Benjamin Hightower's story, shaping his values and ambitions from the beginning. The character revealed on the field and in business later in life was first forged in the small towns, strong kinship, and story-filled history of his family. Let's look at where it all began for Hightower. Growing up in Beaumont, Texas. Benjamin Hightower was born on December 5, 1918, in Beaumont, Texas, a city known for its oil boom roots and blue-collar spirit. Growing up in Beaumont meant a life steeped in community. The smell of pine and oil rigs, Friday nights packed with high school football, and tight-knit neighborhoods shaped how Hightower saw the world. From an early age, Hightower showed an interest in sports. At Beaumont High School, he quickly made a mark not just as a football player, but as a champion hurdler. He split his time between the football field and the track, learning speed and discipline, traits that became his trademarks. Family heritage and notable ancestors. Colonial Virginia roots. Early Hightowers were part of the first waves of English settlers. Family records mention life near Virginia's rivers, farming, and community ties that date back before the Revolutionary War. Migration south and west. The family story moves through North Carolina, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, before settling in Texas. This journey mirrored the American story of search for opportunity, land, and better lives. Civil War and rebuilding. Several Hightower ancestors lived through the Civil War era. Their stories, passed down in family lore, spoke of resilience and hope amid hardship. Athletic promise, college and NFL success. Benjamin Hightower's athletic story is a powerful example of raw talent shaped by willpower and heart. His journey from a standout at Sam Houston State to outplaying defenders in the NFL captures what happens when hard work meets opportunity. The following sections detail his rise through college sports and draft day, then his performance during his NFL career. Sam Houston State, football and track star. Football. Hightower earned his spot as a football letterman every year from 1938 to 1941. Coaches in the Lone Star Conference quickly learned to watch out for his powerful presence and standout play. He won all Lone Star Conference honors 3 years running. His consistency and leadership on the field helped set the bar for his teammates and paved his way to a future in the pros. Track and field. On the track, Hightower proved he was just as fast as he was strong. He lettered in track during 1939 and 1940, using his speed as a hurdler and competing in the long jump. As a senior, he finished third in the state in long jump, no small feat, given the elite level of Texas track and field. His experience hurdling brought extra speed and agility to his football game. What set him apart? Hightower was a competitor with a mindset built on routine and resilience. He thrived on competition, loving the direct challenge in both sports. His work ethic stood out. On practice days, he put in extra hours, focusing on footwork, speed, and reaction. Coaches trusted him to play smart, adapt to tough opponents, and push himself in every drill. NFL journey. Cleveland Rams and Detroit Lions. Cleveland Rams. Hightower jumped straight into action, appearing in all 10 games of the 1942 season and starting 2. Playing as an end, he pulled in 19 catches for 317 yards and scored 3 touchdowns. His longest reception? An explosive 59-yarder that showed off his breakaway speed. He averaged 16.7 yards per catch, making him a go-to option when the offense needed a big play. Detroit Lions. The following year, Hightower joined the Detroit Lions and started in 7 of 8 games. He kept up the deep threat pace with 10 receptions for 172 yards, notching another touchdown and logging a longest gain of 46 yards. His skills forced defenders to stay honest, opening up the field for his team. He showed remarkable resilience, even as his season was interrupted by a recurrence of malaria, a challenge many players would struggle to come back from. During his 2 NFL seasons, he played 18 games, making 29 receptions for 489 yards and 4 touchdowns. His yards per reception stayed high across both teams, averaging nearly 17 yards each time he caught the ball. His agility and route running meant he was always a threat for a big gain. Hightower's pro football career was cut short by the demands of wartime service. He missed the 1944 and 1946 seasons while serving in the Navy but stayed connected to the sport by playing for Camp Peary's military team and earning honors on the Atlantic coast. Even after the NFL, he played in the Pacific Coast Football League with the Los Angeles Bulldogs and Hollywood Bears, always finding a way to stay in the game. Service and sacrifice during World War II. Benjamin Hightower's story takes a dramatic turn as he steps away from the NFL spotlight to serve his country in World War II. Just when his football career was picking up momentum, he answered the military's call, joining the United States Navy. Sacrifice defined this chapter, not just in leaving the pros behind, but also in trading cheers from stadium fans for the discipline and camaraderie of wartime life. This commitment shaped Hightower as a leader, a teammate, and a person. Football and the military, Camp Peary recognition. Wartime athlete, in the 1944 season, Hightower starred for the Camp Peary team. These games weren't exhibition matches, they were highly competitive, drawing crowds and media coverage along the East Coast. For many soldiers and sailors, these contests provided a brief escape and a reminder of home. All Mid-Atlantic Service honors. Hightower's performance earned him a spot on the first-team All-Mid-Atlantic Service team, selected by the Associated Press. This wasn't a token honor, it reflected both skill and respect from peers and the press alike. Being chosen signaled he was among the very best across all military service teams in the region. Contribution to military morale. His play boosted team spirit and inspired those around him. Teammates relied on Hightower for big plays and veteran leadership, qualities honed in college bowl games and NFL matchups. He stood out not just for his athleticism, but for his ability to bring people together, something every unit needed during tough stretches. Life after football, business, family, and community. Most people remember Benjamin Hightower for his time in uniform, whether he was suited up for the NFL or the Navy. Yet, his life took on new meaning after the crowds faded. Hightower carried the same work ethic and steady focus from his early years into every corner of his post-football journey. The next steps were just as impressive as his first big game. A legacy rooted in real estate and stability. Leaving football, Hightower wasted no time finding a new field to master. He became a respected real estate professional, focusing on farm and ranch properties in Texas and the Southeast. Unlike stars who chase big city lights or risky ventures, Hightower wanted something lasting, something that honored his upbringing and brought real value to others. He zeroed in on land, properties that could stand the test of time. Working with family farms and large ranches, he matched hard-working families with the right soil and space to grow. For Hightower, every handshake wasn't just a business deal, it was passing along opportunity, just like the one he once found on a football field. His approach built real wealth over time, guided by a couple of clear principles. Never bet more than you can afford to lose. The lessons of sports and service showed him how fast things can change. He picked properties with roots and potential, not flash. Invest in the community. Hightower knew land was more than acres, it meant jobs, stability, and teaching the next generation the value of honest work. Protect the future. Decisions were guided by long-term gains, not short-term wins. He avoided get-rich-quick plans, staying true to his word and reputation. Marriage, family, and community involvement. Hightower's greatest score off the field was the life he built at home. He valued stability and found it in a long-lasting marriage rooted in partnership and respect. His family became his main team, cheering him on in good times and holding strong when things got tough. The same commitment that shaped his sports and business life anchored his home. Long friendships became like kin, and neighbors turned into lifelong friends. Hightower's home was known for its warmth, always room for an extra seat at the table, always time to share a story or lend a hand. He gave back to his community just as much as he took from it. Hightower was active in local events, charitable fundraisers, and church gatherings. For him, being present meant more than just writing a check. Mentoring young people, sharing the lessons of discipline, teamwork, and character he learned on the field. Supporting local causes, from little league teams to scholarships, he never forgot his roots or those coming up behind him. Serving with humility, he avoided the spotlight and focused on small, steady acts that made a real difference. Achievements, honors, and lasting impact. Benjamin Hightower's life stands as a textbook example of consistent excellence, both on and off the field. He built a reputation for producing results, growing into a figure celebrated by teammates, coaches, and neighbors alike. His journey is about more than spotlights. Each award, title, and quiet gesture added another chapter to a record of achievement that still inspires today. Athletic distinction, consistency and skill. Hightower's athletic feats did not go unnoticed. His record of success spans college sports, the NFL, and military football, proof of his ability to thrive wherever he competed. Sam Houston State Hall of Fame. Hightower's induction into the Sam Houston Bearcat Hall of Honor is more than a plaque on a wall. The school recognized his rare dual-sport stardom, his leadership, and his years of set-the-standard effort for both football and track. Being chosen for the Hall speaks to the respect he earned not just as an athlete, but as someone who raised the bar for everyone around him. NFL two-way end. Hightower's brief yet memorable pro career saw him excel as a receiver and defender, rare in today's era of specialists. His time with the Cleveland Rams and Detroit Lions showed grit and adaptability, not just racking up stats but boosting every team with his on-field IQ and hustle. Wartime football honors. Even during his Navy service, Hightower earned top-tier athletic honors. Being named first-team end on the All-Mid-Atlantic service team set him among the elite in military football, earning peer and press recognition in tough conditions. Personal recognition and community influence. Model of character. Friends and community members describe Hightower as steady, honest, and generous. His example of discipline and humility showed that success often starts with the way you treat people day to day. Mentorship and support. Hightower gave back in simple ways, guiding local kids, boosting school teams, and reminding others that honesty counts for more than flash. These countless bits of advice and encouragement still echo in the lives of neighbors and family friends. Professional achievement. Transitioning seamlessly into a successful real estate career, Hightower managed farm and ranch sales across Texas and beyond. Every deal was an opportunity to build trust, invest in his community, and create something lasting. Setting the standard for future generations. Here's what stands out most when looking at the man's full career. Integrating sports and service, Hightower balanced a booming football career with military duty, proving that discipline and drive aren't limited to one arena. Inspiration across fields, his story still motivates student athletes, military veterans, and young professionals alike. The standards he set for effort and fairness continue to hold weight today. Long-term positive influence, whether mentoring the next generation or making deals that grew rural communities, Hightower left things better than he found them. His Hall of Fame legacy isn't just about talent, it's a blueprint for making an impact that truly lasts. Benjamin Hightower's lifestyle and net worth, lessons in success. Benjamin Hightower's life story reads like a masterclass in how to stay grounded while reaching new heights. Whether on the football field, in the heat of World War II, or closing ranch deals, he built a lifestyle rooted in day-to-day discipline, clear values, and a strong sense of service. Hightower's choices around money, ambition, and happiness hold valuable lessons for anyone chasing more than just wealth. Wealth built on discipline and practicality. Focused investments. Hightower didn't chase trends. He invested in land, lasting, practical assets that could weather bumps in the economy. Long-game mindset. Every decision was measured, never betting what he couldn't afford. This steady approach let his resources grow while avoiding common pitfalls. Hands-on approach. He stayed personally involved in his deals, building trust with clients and neighbors. People knew he kept his word. Daily habits, the foundation of a fulfilling life. Started each morning early, often with outdoor chores or exercise. Kept in touch with friends and family, valuing his relationships above his resume. Set aside time for self-improvement, whether reading, reflecting, or simply walking in nature. Found purpose in work. He believed that hard labor shaped both character and happiness. Balancing ambition, values, and community. Never sacrificed integrity for quick success. His word was his contract. Shared his experience with others, often mentoring young athletes and giving advice to local families. Led by example, shunning shortcuts in favor of honest, steady work. Lessons readers can apply. 1. Grow slow and steady. Prioritize investments that